Hey guys and dolls, it's Cora. Today we're going to be doing a comparison video between a Pixi color corrector and one from Becca. These are at two totally different price points, the textures are different, even the colors are a little bit different. But I thought this would be a nice thing to compare because color correction is like kind of exploded, and it's a very useful tool if you know how to use it. Some of them are a little bit difficult to use, whereas I think that these are actually pretty user-friendly. So I thought I would review these for you guys and show you guys how they look on the skin and how they perform throughout the day. So there will be check-ins throughout this video, so definitely stay tuned till the end to see how these look at the end of the day. And I'll be showing you a little bit of like the powder and stuff that I did. If you want to see a full tutorial for this look, that'll be a separate video, and I'll go ahead and have a link to that in the description bar down below. So for today's video, we're going to be reviewing the Pixi Brightening Peach Correction Concentrate and the Becca Under Eye Brightening Corrector. The Becca product is $30 for 5 milliliters or roughly 5 grams of product. The packaging is quite pretty. It looks luxurious. Becca definitely knows what it's doing in terms of packaging. On the inside, you have a very pale peach, and I want to say that this is one of the better peach correctors for very pale skin. They do have other color correctors, which are technically a separate product, but basically it's the same. And they do have one that I think is called Papaya. That's a deeper peach that would be better for deeper skins. And if you're in the middle ground, you might need to mix a little bit. The other thing too is that a lot of people who have more of a medium skin tone like to have a brightening effect under the eye. Might still enjoy using this because it'll give you that brightening effect. This is a very creamy consistency. It's almost wet. And the smell of it reminds me of a very traditional lipstick-like smell. It's a creamy makeup that would not naturally set on its own. It will stay moist on the skin. By comparison, the Pixi one also has cute packaging, although it's a little more like fun and youthful looking, but I definitely dig that look. The packaging is also quite a bit smaller. You do get less product with this. This one is 3 grams, or if we want to go by ounces, it's 0.1 ounces. So you do get a little bit less product. This is $12 versus $30, so it's less than half the cost. So the slight difference in the amount of product you get is not a big deal for me. So you open it up, and it too is somewhat creamy, but a little bit drier in texture. This one has a texture that almost sets on its own and can look a little bit dry. So just something to keep in mind is your own, natural texture. Thought I'd give this one a little sniff test too. This one really doesn't smell like anything. Yeah, doesn't smell like anything, which is quite nice. I will have links to both of these products in the description bar down below if you'd like to read the ingredients labels and actually find out what is in each of them. So what I'm going to do now is roll some footage of me actually applying them so you can see what they look like when they're initially applied to the skin, how they look after they're set with powder, and things like that. We are getting started with the Pixi side. You can see here in the pot it looks a little bit dry. It doesn't have any shiny reflection on it. It does warm up on your hand. You can see on my finger it does have a little bit more of a shiny texture to it. It's very opaque, as you can see here. It has a good amount of color coverage. In order to blend that out, I'm using an inglot brush. I'm going to be using the same brush on both sides, but technically 2 different brushes. I have multiples of this brush. And here I'm just blending it in a little bit with my finger, a little bit with the brush. I have some yellow tones in the outer area that are not being addressed because I'm not doing my normal color correction with them with pink, but that is what the Pixi side looks like. Not too shabby. Actually, it doesn't even really look like it needs to be powdered. And then we get to the Becca side, and on the Becca side, you can see this has a definite like moist, creamy look to it. It's very wet looking. So there it is on my finger. And then this isn't as opaque. Part of that is that it matches my skin tone a little bit better. And then, oh gosh, guys, I'm so sorry. I dipped out of frame. There isn't anything I can do about it now. That kind of sucks. But I was just blending it in with my finger. Pat, pat, pat. You know the drill. And then using a inglot brush to blend that side as well. Overall, I don't feel like I'm getting the same amount of coverage. Similar amount of product on both sides. It just not covering as well. So there I'm using my Color Me Pro, which is a like vibrating makeup sponge thing, which is great for applying foundation powder. It's one of my favorites. And I use that under my eye because it gives me a very light and very even coating of powder on each side. So these are identical. That's the Pixi side. This is the Becca side. I could have set them differently, but this is how I chose to do it because it was the most like scientific method-y kind of way to do it. Gonna go about my day. We're gonna go visit my mother-in-law. She's had surgery on her hip, so we've been going there at least once a week to go visit her. And so yeah, that's my day. It's a pretty chill day. For the purpose of this experiment, I did not apply eyeliner because I don't want the eyeliner to transfer to my bottom lid, which can sometimes happen and sort of disrupt the situation. I just wanted to have kind of a clean slate. So I will see you guys at the first check-in. So I wanted to show you guys what this looks like after about maybe a half an hour of wearing them. You can see that I have quite a few folds under my eyes, so things settle into lines quite quickly for me, which is a big pain in the butt. By the way, I get a lot of questions about eye bogeys and what to do, and the best thing actually is to take a Q-tip and not your finger because it's a little bit easier to really see what you're doing, and a black Q-tip is particularly helpful for that. Just show the people at home why you're laughing. He got a large Dutch Bros. I mean, look at how big this is. What the fuck? Oh my god. I thought y'all would enjoy saying that because it's just mildly ridiculous. Okay, so a little bit of an update. It's been about, at this point, about 5.5 hours. Thought I would show you guys how my makeup's doing. I'm a little shiny. It's kind of warm today and I've been running around. And you can see like the lines where my sunglasses were. You can also see a little bit of smudging from my mascara, which is supposed to not smudge, which is really kind of surprising. But we're noticing it more on this side than on this side. So I wonder if the concealer maybe is a little bit of a factor there. There is a tiny bit of it here, but it's definitely much more prominent. And remember, this was the creamier type of the concealer. In terms of the coverage and everything, this is what this side looks like. You can really see the breaking up of some of it around here. From where my sunglasses were. And here is the other side. It's definitely settling into lines. I feel like this side's settling into lines a little bit more. So I'm gonna do a quick touch-up. I'm just gonna take a cotton ball and wipe away the excess. You can see this product coming off. And this is what I'll typically do so that I, can maintain looking nice throughout the day, is I'll actually just reapply it. I'll go for it. I don't care. So first I'm reapplying the Becca. I don't have all my brushes with me, so this is all with the fingers. This is the Pixi. And you can see the Pixi, you can see in this lighting especially, the Pixi's definitely not the right color. And I still look tired. My Wayne Goss brush to dust some powder on my face. Okay, so that's what it looks like after a touch-up. See, it looks very dry, especially in this lighting. It's kind of harsh, it's overhead lighting, so it definitely contributes. Let me see if I get in this. Still not super flattering. They both actually look pretty dry, so the fact that the Pixi one is a drier formula really doesn't seem to hurt the way that it looks in fact, this side actually looks less dry. The Pixi version is too dark for my skin, so if we're just going off color alone, I definitely prefer the Becca in terms of the shade, but the Becca did seem to get a little bit creamier, which could be beneficial if your skin's very dry. I don't know. We'll check in again at the end of the day. Hey Rocco, can I show your tank top? Can I show it? Upside down? That works too. Look at them making out. This is the funniest thing in the world. Alright, and now they're done. They're over it. Okay guys, so it's the end of the night and I have to be a little quiet because my father-in-law is trying to sleep. But at this point, I've been wearing this makeup for about 10 hours. So give you a nice little up close shot. You can see there's definitely some breaking down of stuff, but keep in mind in terms of like my foundation and stuff, that's a very light coverage one that isn't meant to last all day anyway. Further away it still looks quite good. It's only when you get like all up in it. Just to recap, we applied this all about 10 hours ago, and then at about the 4.5, almost 5 hour mark, I wiped the excess away and sort of these smudges and things, and then I reapplied it, put powder over it. So here we have it at the end of the night, and here again we have mascara smudges. And mind you, this is a mascara that almost doesn't smudge at all under normal circumstances, and it's much better on this side for the second time. Color-wise, the Becca one matches me much better. Both of these, under normal circumstances, I would probably use with a secondary concealer to get the color to match. So the color match in and of itself isn't the end of the world. I actually prefer the Pixi one, which I find quite surprising. I didn't think that that was going to be the outcome. I feel that it's less expensive. The color match doesn't matter as much because I would normally, as I said, mix it with a regular concealer. And at the end of the day, it definitely looks better. Oh God, I got eye bogeys again. Sorry guys, getting all real and personal with you, but the smudginess on this side is just really kind of hard for me to overlook because it makes you look not so fresh. So if you enjoyed this sort of comparison video, go ahead and leave me suggestions in the comment section down below. Give me a thumbs up to let me know you liked it. If this is my first video that you've ever watched, please subscribe, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Remember to be vintage or tacky, just be your own kind of beautiful. See you, bye.